I sat down and typed one question into 5 different artificial intelligence systems: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, and Perplexity. The question was simple: which U.S. presidents had direct connections to black slavery, through ownership, legislation, or policy, and what specifically did each one do? I expected the AI systems to hedge, to soften it, to give me the watered-down version they teach in schools. A few bad apples, a few slave owners, then Lincoln fixed everything. That's not what came back. What came back was a list so long, so detailed, and so damning that by the time I finished reading it, I had to sit back and ask myself, was there a single president in this country's first century who wasn't soaked in the blood of enslaved black people? The answer, according to every AI system I asked, is no, not one. Because what these AI systems just revealed about the American presidency will change how you see that office forever. The first thing every AI system returned was a number, and that number alone should stop every American in their tracks. 12 out of the first 18 presidents of the United States personally owned enslaved black people, not connected to slavery through politics, not adjacent to it through compromise. They owned human beings, bought them, sold them, worked them, punished them, profited from their bodies. And it wasn't just a few. George Washington enslaved over 300 people at Mount Vernon. Thomas Jefferson enslaved over 600 in his lifetime. Andrew Jackson enslaved over 150 at his cotton plantation, the Hermitage. Zachary Taylor owned roughly 300. James Madison brought an enslaved man named Sawney with him to Princeton University, a college student traveling with a human being he owned as property. Every AI system laid this out clearly. Then they added a detail that most textbooks leave out. Even the presidents who did not personally own slaves were structurally entangled with the system. John Adams did not own slaves, but he governed a nation whose constitution counted enslaved people as 3/5 of a person for political representation, giving slaveholding states more power in Congress. His silence was not neutrality, it was participation. The AI systems were unanimous on this point. There was no such thing as an innocent presidency before 1865. Every single one either owned slaves, expanded slavery's reach, signed laws protecting it, or governed within a system that was architecturally designed to preserve it. And that was just the beginning. When I asked the AI systems to go president by president, the details got worse. Let's start where the AI system started: George Washington. Every AI system confirmed the same facts. Washington inherited his first 10 enslaved people at age 11. By the time he was president, he owned over 300. He used overseers to supervise them, and he was known to personally use harsh language and to approve physical beatings for those he felt were not working hard enough. But here's what the AI systems flagged that most people have never heard. When Washington moved to Philadelphia, which had a law that freed any enslaved person after 6 months in the state, he designed a secret rotation system. He had his enslaved workers shipped out of Pennsylvania just before the 6-month deadline, then brought them back to reset the clock. He wrote to his secretary, Tobias Lear, instructing him to do this, and I am quoting his actual letter, under a pretext that may deceive both them and the public. The President of the United States, in his own handwriting, ordering deception to prevent black people from gaining the freedom the law said they deserved. Every AI system I asked returned this fact. Then came Thomas Jefferson, and the AI systems did not hold back. Jefferson wrote the phrase, "All men are created equal," while enslaving over 600 people. Every AI system confirmed his documented relationship with Sally Hemings, who he enslaved and who was 14 when their relationship began. She was also the half-sister of his dead wife because Jefferson's own father-in-law had raped Sally's mother. DNA testing in 1998 confirmed that Jefferson fathered at least 6 of her children. He never freed her. Multiple AI systems also highlighted something about Jefferson's management style that rarely gets taught. He kept enslaved families together, not out of compassion, but because he calculated that intact families would reproduce, giving him more enslaved workers without having to purchase them. He treated human reproduction as an economic strategy. James Madison, often called the father of the Constitution, enslaved over 300 people. And every AI I asked pointed to something critical about the document he crafted. Madison built 3 separate protections for slavery directly into the Constitution. The 3/5 Compromise, counting enslaved people as partial humans for congressional representation without giving them any rights. The Fugitive Slave Clause, requiring that escaped slaves be returned to their owners. And a 20-year protection of the slave trade itself, guaranteeing Congress could not ban the importation of enslaved Africans until at least 1808. The Constitution did not just tolerate slavery. According to every AI, it was engineered to protect it, and the man who designed it owned the people it was designed to keep in chains. Andrew Jackson was flagged by every AI as one of the most aggressively pro-slavery presidents in history. He did not just own slaves, he actively bought and sold them to grow his labor force. He built his fortune on cotton, harvested by enslaved hands. He signed the Indian Removal Act, which cleared indigenous land specifically to expand plantation agriculture. More land meant more cotton meant more slaves. Jackson understood the equation and accelerated it. James Monroe supported the American Colonization Society, a white organization that transported free black people to Liberia, not to help them, but to remove them, because free black people were considered a threat to the stability of a slave economy. The capital of Liberia, Monrovia, is named after the president who helped fund their deportation. If this is hitting different, join our WhatsApp channel. I share content there that goes deeper than what YouTube allows. The link is in the pinned comment. Tap the link now. Now here's where the AI results got truly uncomfortable. They did not just expose the obvious villains, they exposed the ones we were taught to admire. Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator. Every school in America teaches him as the man who freed the slaves. And the AI systems confirm this. He did sign the Emancipation Proclamation. He did push for the 13th Amendment. Slavery was legally abolished under his presidency. But every AI system also returned the context that gets left out. Lincoln's primary objective at the start of the Civil War was not abolition, it was preserving the Union. He said publicly, and the AI systems quoted this, "If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it." The Emancipation Proclamation only applied to states in rebellion, not to slave states that remained loyal to the Union. It was a war strategy before it was a moral stand. Does that erase what Lincoln accomplished? No. But it complicates the myth. And every AI system I asked presented the same nuance. Lincoln moved toward abolition, but he started from compromise. The great emancipator was first a reluctant liberator. Then came Andrew Johnson, Lincoln's successor, and the AI systems were brutal. Johnson actively undermined Reconstruction. He vetoed civil rights legislation. He pardoned former Confederates and allowed them to regain political power. The brief window of black political participation after the Civil War, including black senators, black congressmen, and black voters, was slammed shut under Johnson's presidency. He didn't bring slavery back, but he made sure that freedom didn't mean equality. Woodrow Wilson, every AI system flagged him. Before Wilson, black federal workers served alongside white workers in government offices. Wilson ordered the physical resegregation of the entire federal government. Screens and curtains were installed to separate black employees. Black workers were demoted or fired. He screened the film Birth of a Nation, a KKK propaganda film, in the White House. Franklin Roosevelt, the AI systems confirmed what most Americans do not know. The New Deal, including Social Security, labor protections, and the minimum wage, deliberately excluded domestic workers and agricultural laborers. Those two categories made up roughly 65% of the black workforce at the time. Roosevelt needed votes from Southern Democrats to pass the legislation, and they demanded that black workers be cut out. The safety net that built the white middle class was designed with a black-shaped hole in it. Lyndon Johnson. The AI systems presented both sides. He signed the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, the most important civil rights legislation since Reconstruction. But he reportedly told Southern governors that he did it to secure black votes for the Democratic Party for the next 200 years. Hero and strategist, both at once. And then, Barack Obama. Every A I noted the significance. A black man, whose ancestry traces partly to enslaved America, occupying the office that once oversaw slave auctions. The White House, built in part by enslaved laborers, is now home to a descendant of the people who built it. This is not a simple story of progress. It is a powerful symbol of transformation within a system that was designed to prevent exactly this from happening. After going through every president, I asked each AI system one final question. Was there any U.S. president before 1865 who had no connection whatsoever to the institution of slavery? Every AI system said the same thing. No. Not one president before the end of the Civil War governed a nation that was free. Some owned slaves, some expanded slavery's territory, some signed laws that strengthened it. Some tried to contain it, one helped destroy it, but every single one operated within a system that was constitutionally, economically, and politically built around the enslavement of black people. And the AI systems went further. They confirmed that the presidency after abolition was still shaped by slavery's legacy, the retreat from Reconstruction, the rise of Jim Crow, the resegregation of the federal government, the deliberate exclusion of black workers from the New Deal, the war on drugs designed to disrupt black communities, the gutting of the Voting Rights Act. Slavery did not end in 1865. It mutated. It evolved from chains to codes to laws to policies. And the presidency, from Washington to today, has been the mechanism through which it was either enforced or challenged. 5 different AI systems, 5 different companies, 5 different training data sets, and they all arrived at the same conclusion. The American presidency was not built beside slavery. It was built inside it. I asked 5 AI systems a simple question about the American presidency and slavery, and what came back was not the sanitized version they teach in schools. It was the full picture. Every president, every connection, every law signed, every compromise made, every black body counted as 3/5 of a person to give white slaveholders more power. 12 of the first 18 presidents personally owned human beings. The Constitution was designed to protect the system. The White House was built by the people that system enslaved. And even after abolition, every president that followed governed inside the architecture that slavery created. The AI systems did not have an agenda. They did not have a political party. They did not have a church to protect or a textbook to sell. They just processed the data, millions of academic papers, historical records, and primary sources, and gave me the truth. And the truth is this. The American presidency was born in a slaveholding republic. It was shaped by slaveholders. It was protected by slaveholders. And every occupant of that office, from the first to the most recent, has either reinforced the system slavery built or tried to tear it down. Now you know which ones did which. And now the question is not about history anymore. The question is what happens next. Share this video with everyone. Send it to someone who still thinks the founding fathers were flawless. Send it to someone who thinks slavery ended and everything was fine. 5 different AI systems just confirmed. It was never fine. And the proof is in every presidency this nation has ever had. Subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment, and tell me which president's connection shocked you the most. I want to hear from you. I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. That means something. Most people won't sit with history this heavy, and you did. So do 3 things for me. Share this with somebody who needs to see it. Subscribe, because we do this every week. The history they buried, documented, and sourced. And drop a comment telling me what to cover next, because that's where a lot of these videos come from. And if you want the full record, my book, 150 Crimes Against Black America, is linked below. Instant digital download, nothing ships, yours to keep. I'll see you in the next one.